Video starts right now.
Good morning. It is Monday, January 29th.
We hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know a lot of people were indoors watching the football games yesterday.
But it was beautiful Sunday. And how often do we say this in late January, Mike? We'd like to copy and paste Sunday's weather into Monday.
Ask and ye shall receive. Yeah, I've been sending out push alerts and saying this is like Sunday part 2, if you will. Starting off just about the same. It is a chilly morning out there, downright cold in some places. 40 degrees, and there is a little bit of a wind chill to deal with. And later on today, huge warm up, just like yesterday. We're going to make it into the upper 60s. So we start off a little on the cool side of normal and then end up a little bit on the warm side of normal. As far as the aquifer, of course, it has been benefiting considerably from all of the rain that we had last week. It did go down 0.6 of a foot in yesterday's reading, and Mountain Cedar is on the high side. Mold is low. Take a look at some of the temperatures around the area. So we're in the 40s throughout much of the metropolitan area, but then you go out in the hill country and we've got some low 30s out there. Kerrville at 33 degrees, and so in your backyard it may actually be right below freezing. 34 Bernie as well as Bulverde, Comfort, and 39 right now over there at Randolph. A little bit of a wind chill to deal with as well. 35 is what it feels like here in town. Not much of a breeze, but obviously just enough to add that little bite to some of these temperatures. So definitely bundle up. Need a jacket this morning, then you won't need it by the afternoon. Upper 60s, plenty of sunshine around here. Tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe a couple of more clouds and slightly warmer. High temperatures are going to be about the same, but it's the low temperatures that will start to come up as the week rolls on. That's going to be the case Thursday and Friday, and that should be an R, not a thus. And thus, as we go into the latter part of the week, it's called don't stay up too late and watch a football game. Most of the cloudy skies. Showers are going to move in here late Friday night. And then we have, as of right now, pretty good chance for some rain Friday night and most of the day on Saturday. As of right now, it's not looking great for the cattle drive on Saturday. It's going to be a wet one and then slightly cooler, and the rain moving out by Sunday. All the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Monday morning, rub the sleep out of your eyes, up and at 'em, hit the roads. RJ Marquez.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, sir?
Oh, yeah, Mike. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend out there, enjoyed some of that great weather that we saw, or maybe watched 2 really, really fun football games yesterday. Sorry about that, Mike. Okay, guys, real quick, want to let you know about this. Our producer, Hardy Meredith, brought this to our attention. He noticed earlier that, look at this, a little bit different there on 35. We now have the Frost Bank Center. It looks like Frost Bank Center Drive. So that's going to be the new name there. That's going to take you to the Spurs Arena. Not sure if that's because they won actually back-to-back games this weekend or what's going on there. But they decided to make the change. I know TxDOT and the Spurs had both been waiting on that. So rest of the city, things looking pretty good right now. Nothing really to kind of let you know about as far as any major delays. We did clear out, of course, our construction there, 1604 and I-10. And then we had some overnight construction also on Leon Creek and southbound 35 there on the southwest side. One thing to let you know about, and we're going to be talking about this throughout the rest of the day here, we are starting to see a new overnight closure, 1604 eastbound from Blanco to Stone Oak Parkway, but it does not appear to be causing any major delays at the moment right now. This is all part of that expansion project, again, out there, 1604 on the north and northwest side. So again, you got a new sign out there, Frost Bank Center Drive, pretty cool to see out there, and that's just going to be something that our drivers kind of catch this morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you so much. New this morning, everyone was able to escape a house fire started by a candle on the city's south side overnight. This happened around 1:30 this morning in the 1300 block of Janice Gale Drive. Fire crews got there as flames and smoke started showing. An adult and 2 children were inside at the time. They all managed to make it out safely. Firefighters were able to put out the fire quickly.
We now know the name of the person who was killed after being hit by an SAPD patrol unit during a chase. The medical examiner says she is 47 years old, India Watson. This happened on Friday night on W.W. White Road. Police tell us that the officer behind the wheel was chasing down a suspected armed carjacker. Officers tell us that they did stop to try and help Watson, but she died at the scene. Meanwhile, police did eventually catch that suspect. This is 17-year-old Rene Camarillo. They charged him with the woman's murder because police say his actions led to her death.
3 months after a Northside ISD police officer shot a woman outside a football game, families still have more questions than answers.
Since it happened, KSAT 12 has reached out multiple times to the district and San Antonio police to get the names of those involved. As Avery Everett shows us, after each time, our request has been denied.
This stadium sits empty on Sunday, but stains from what happened here just 3 months ago still linger. On October 28th, a Northside ISD officer shot a woman in the arm after she was said to be, quote, aggressive and belligerent. The shooting happened at the Dub Ferris Athletic Complex just minutes before kickoff between Sotomayor and O'Connor. Days after the shooting, KSAT 12 first reached out to San Antonio police and NISD requesting the name of the officer and woman involved. Per state law, to request the body camera footage of what happened, we need the name of someone on the recording that's not the officer. Our initial requests were denied as SAPD was still investigating, and no arrest had yet been made. Now, 3 months later, and after more than a dozen requests from KSAT, SAPD and NISD say not much has changed. Both declined our interview request this week, but they responded to some of our emails. SAPD says the investigation is still ongoing, but confirmed that it is, quote, wrapping up and will soon be sent to the district attorney's office.
When I asked SAPD for a timeline of this or if even any charges were going to be made, I never got a direct response. But SAPD did refer us back to NISD when it comes to releasing the names of the officer and the woman involved. And per the advice of the legal counsel, NISD said they would not release the names.
A spokesperson said, quote, I understand this to be normal protocol, given that this is still an active case, end quote. One concern from family and staff at the game was that no announcement was ever made alerting them of the shooting.
Leaving the game, we still didn't know exactly what was going on. We still like just hearing from mom saying somebody got shot. It was like, oh my God, we had no clue.
An NISD spokesperson said this week over email that NISD police at the scene determined the incident to be, quote, isolated and contained. They also said that was why no communication was made with people at the stadium. With this investigation still ongoing, it's been 3 months, and there's still no timeline on how much longer NISD families have to wait for more answers.
That spokesperson says some NISD staff had a debrief after the shooting to discuss some of the communication strategies. He said in this instance, neither principal from either school had any concerns sent over to them. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
The deadline to make your voice heard during the primary elections is quickly approaching. You only have a few days left to register to vote. Now until February 5th. Now, February 23rd is the last day to apply to vote by mail. The deadline for mail-in ballots to be returned to the county is Election Day, March 5th. Now, early voting runs from February 20th to March 1st.
This morning, President Biden is vowing to respond after 3 U.S. service members were killed and dozens more were wounded in an overnight drone strike in Jordan.
The U.S. is blaming Iranian-backed militants for the attack. As ABC's Nguyen reports, this marks the first time U.S. troops in the Middle East have been killed by enemy fire since the Israel-Hamas war began in October.
This morning, the U.S. outraged over the attack in Jordan that killed 3 American troops and injured at least 34 others. The White House saying Iranian-backed militants launched an explosive-laden drone into a U.S. base near the Syrian border. 8 troops had to be evacuated for a higher level of care. The Pentagon says the injuries include shrapnel wounds and possible traumatic brain injuries. The Secretary of Defense saying the U.S. will respond at a time and place of our choosing. President Biden on the attack.
We had a tough day last night in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls, and we shall respond.
Iranian-backed militants have intensified recent attacks, launching more than 160 attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria since October, when the war broke out between Israel and Hamas. This as Houthi rebels backed by Iran continue to attack ships transiting the Red Sea. Just this weekend, this video showed a British warship successfully shooting down a drone, and this oil tanker hit by a missile Friday and set ablaze, the crew forced to abandon ship. Several congressional Republicans have released statements calling for stronger action from the president. Our Martha Raddatz recently pressed the chairman of the Joint Chiefs on the Biden administration's strategy in the region.
We don't want to go down a path of greater escalation that drives to a much broader conflict within the region.
About 350 U.S. Army and Air Force personnel are deployed at that base in Jordan that came under attack. But in this case, air defenses failed to intercept the drone attack. Iran overnight denied any involvement. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
On a much lighter note, Lions at the Niners last night. Seemed like a lot of people were pulling for the Lions in this one, including our very own Mike Osterhage, and they were the ones to get on the scoreboard first. Jamison Williams gets the toss, and off he goes, breaking a couple of tackles, takes it to the house, 42 yards. It's 7-0 Lions. It was 14-0 Lions after one. Second quarter, Christian McCaffrey gets the Niners on the board with his 2-yard touchdown. It's 14-7 Lions. Halfway through the quarter, Jahmyr Gibbs scores from 15 out on this run. Lions would be up 24-7 at halftime. Third quarter, 24-10 Lions. Brock Purdy launches downfield for Brandon Ayuk, and the ball bounces off of cornerback Kendall Vildor and into the hands of Ayuk. He's down at the 4. 3 plays later, Purdy to Ayuk for the touchdown. San Fran is down 7. But after the Lions fumble on their next drive, Niners tied the game at 24, all thanks to a McCaffrey touchdown. Fourth quarter, Niners up 3 when Elijah Mitchell puts San Fran up by 10 with a 3-yard touchdown. Under a minute to go, Jared Goff hits Williams for a 3-yard touchdown, and Detroit is only down 3. Time for the onside kick. Looks like the Lions have a chance, but nope, not going to happen. Niners come back to win 34-31. After the game, Goff defended Josh Reynolds, who dropped some passes.
Josh is stud. I got no. I mean, he made a mistake. We had plenty of mistakes out there. I missed throws. I took sacks. He made a mistake, and it happens. And he's an absolute stud.
Unless you're the Super Bowl winner, that's what this feels like. It's hard, and we did accomplish a lot. But there's just, there's a piece of me that I just feel like we're a little bit like everybody else who didn't make it, and everybody else who lost. It's what's great about this sport, what's great about the game, it's what's great about the tournament, and it's also what just crushes you.
Mike was just curled up in a fetal position. Now to Chiefs-Ravens AFC Championship, and KC would be first ones to strike. Opening drive, Mahomes to Kelsey. Just like that, it's 7-0 Chiefs. There's Taylor Swift, cutaway, obligatory. The only one we're going to show you. In the end, Kelsey caught 11 passes for 116 yards and touchdown. KC's defense delivered another masterpiece against Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, helping the Chiefs reach the Super Bowl for the 4th time in 5 years with a 17-10 victory. So it's official. It is the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs will face each other in Super Bowl 58. Kansas City will try to become the first team since New England 19 years ago to win it all in back-to-back seasons. The big game is Sunday, February 11th at 5:30 p.m. at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. That game is on CBS. It is only the 3rd time this season the Spurs have won 2 games in a row. It's no coincidence that Wemby played in all those games. Spurs defeated the Trailblazers Friday night, 116-100, where we saw Jeremy Sohan score a team-high 31. That's the 2nd time this season he scored 30 or more. Then Saturday night, Spurs got their biggest win of the season, defeating one of the top teams in the West, the Minnesota Timberwolves. So tonight, the team welcomes the Washington Wizards to town. They're a miserable team this year. Wednesday, the Spurs will take on the Magic. That's followed by New Orleans on Friday and Cleveland on Saturday. But yes, we must celebrate those back-to-back wins.
Yes, congrats. Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.
The time now 5:13 and 41 degrees for now. Ahead on GMSA, why X confirms it blocked Taylor Swift searches in order to prioritize safety.
And next, a first look at their high-stakes hearing that could result in a retrial for convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh.
Let's look out there with live cam. Cold, 41 degrees, but not freezing, and looking forward to another beautiful day. We're going to get all those details with Mike coming up. Welcome back. It's 5:17. Well, jurors who found Alex Murdaugh guilty of murdering his wife and son last year will testify at a hearing today to decide whether the convicted murderer gets a new trial. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the high-stakes hearing that could result in a retrial for convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh.
Court will be in recess.
South Carolina jury members are set to testify at a hearing for the disgraced lawyer who was found guilty of killing his wife and son last year to decide whether he should get a new trial after his attorneys accused court clerk Becky Hill of jury tampering, a claim Hill denies.
They heard Ms. Hill prior to deliberations and frankly before the defense put on their case. Ms. Hill instructed, do not be fooled by the defense.
Hill, who read Murdoch's guilty verdict, is expected to testify in the hearing alongside all 12 jurors who took part in the trial. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear live from legal expert Dan Abrams on what you can expect from the hearing. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
518, 40 degrees.
We got there with TransGuide this morning, looking over at Loop 410 at Fredericksburg and now Loop 410 in McCullough. Things are moving so far, but it's 518. We're going to get a check-in with RJ Marcus very soon.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Or Sarah. Not today, anyway. And you don't want a rate based on Ben. He's got some important business to take care of. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? With Allstate, you're connected to a rate based on you.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, blasted with Cinnadust. Shake up your shower with a flavor for every feeling. This Dove freshens you up. This Dove winds you down. This Dove leaves you glowing. And this Dove keeps you going. So whatever care you care about, there's a Dove for everybody.
So we're still, Monday morning.
Still talking about yesterday.
So
we're sorry, Mike.
If you look up sulking in the dictionary, there's a picture of Mike Osterhage with his chin on a ledge somewhere.
27 points.
I know,
in
buddy.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
How you doing, RJ?
I'm doing well, much better than Mike. Yeah, definitely. I was telling Mike, once the wheels started to come off, you could kind of feel that momentum building for the 49ers, and man, that's a tough one, Mike.
Yeah.
I feel for you, man, this morning. Yeah. All right. The sun will come up. Yes. Speaking of wheels,
beautiful sunrise.
Hopefully we're not seeing wheels coming off here on our highways here. Loop 410, Fredericksburg. You see traffic moving pretty good in both directions there. Same situation here, 410 at McCullough, and that's kind of been the story from overnight. Not too many major incidents or delays to let you know about right now. Traffic moving pretty good. So if you need to head out right now, that might be the best time. But we do have a construction closure still in place here on the far east side. This is going to be all the way out if you're headed towards Seguin, so nothing that's sort of the San Antonio metropolitan area. But if you are headed out right now, keep in mind that eastbound at Trainer Hale, we're going to have all main lanes blocked in that direction there for some overnight construction that is still in place there in the eastbound lanes of I-10. If you're headed up to Seguin, that's going to be past FM 1518 out in that area. Also want to let you know about some overnight closures that were set to be cleared out by 5 a.m. So this is something that KSAT just announced yesterday. So what we're going to have is for the next couple of days or so, Blanco to Stone Oak Parkway, the eastbound main lanes are going to be shut down from 9 o'clock at night to 5 a.m. So not seeing any major delays right now, but something to keep in mind for our drivers on the north side if you are going to be headed out late tonight or early morning over the next week or so. The rest of the city, again, a lot of things looking good out there, a lot of green on the screen as we take one more quick look here at TransGuide. 37 Hackberry traffic moving pretty smooth there. 410 Fredericksburg, same situation there as well. All right, Mike, how are things looking outside on this Monday morning?
Fantastic. By the way, early predictions for Super Bowl? What do you think?
Kansas City.
Yeah, I was going to. If Chiefs play like they did yesterday, what do you think, Mark?
Niners.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steph?
I'll get back to you next week. Think it out.
Smartest one in the room right there.
Well, that goes without saying. All right, Saturday morning, what a spectacular sunrise. Yesterday morning sunrise. This morning's sunrise is going to be spectacular. Beautiful out there. Look at how the kind of lights are sort of twinkling off in the distance. We have some pretty dry air in place. Wind chill temperature right now, 35 at the airport. The actual air temperature is 33 up there, Kerrville, Comfort, and we've got 34 there in Bulverde. So obviously in your backyard out there, it is probably below freezing right now. 30 in Hondo is what it feels like. But yeah, just, we're at 40, a little bit of a breeze out there. Humidity, we can drop down a few more degrees. We will drop down a few more degrees with this drier air. And it's not as though it's going to come surging back in here. We will have wind primarily out of the south today, but the trend will be for a little bit more humidity each and every day. And so therefore low temperatures are going to be staying just a little bit higher each and every day as we go into the rest of the week. It's still going to be chilly, but just not as cold. So we are going to bottom out at 38 later on this morning. Plenty of clear skies out there. There could be a hint of fog here or there. I kind of doubt it. There's nothing showing up right now, but we've got some of that moisture in the ground from the rain last week. At noon, 60 degrees, and then later on this afternoon, 69 for a high temperature. All right, let's jump ahead to Friday, because between now and then, nothing really going on. Clouds will increase Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, late in the day, we do have a chance for some rain. Again, broad brush, long-range computer model, but here's that rain chance coming in here Friday night. Late in the wee hours of Saturday, which is early morning, the better opportunity for some rain. And then it is looking like this hopefully will be clearing on out because, of course, got the big Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive on Saturday. So we want all of this rain to move on out of here. And then we are going to start to clear on out in behind that for Sunday. So as of right now, we've got, again, fantastic weather all the way through the middle portion of the week. Low temperatures get a little bit milder. More clouds move on in here. That chance of rain late Friday and Saturday, then that's going to move on out and a little bit cooler than on Sunday. We'll be back after this.
In today's Tech Bites, X takes action to protect Taylor Swift. X, formerly Twitter, confirms it is temporarily preventing users from searching for the singer's name. It comes after explicit, deep-fake images of Swift circulated last week. X says it made the move to prioritize safety. Fossil is getting out of the smartwatch business. The announcement ended speculation after the company had not made a new watch since 2021. The Gen 6 will be its last smartwatch. Fossil says it will keep updating its watches for the next few years. Finally, Apple is out with a new ad for its soon-to-be-released Pro Vision headset. It focuses on how hand gestures can be used to control what users do. Voice and eye commands will also work. The nearly $3,500 device will be available on Friday. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
We're just seconds away from 5:30, 40 degrees.
Up next, how a woman got scammed and had to pay over $200 after her car was towed near a San Antonio rodeo event.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, some important news for parents. We've got some simple things you can do to nurture your child's emotional health. Hi there, it is Monday, January 29th.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend.
How long till the start of the NFL season?
Aww. A lot of people watching the games.
In what, August, I guess? That would be August,
preseason,
early September. Yeah.
It's going to be a long year, but I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, they did fantastic.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, at halftime, I thought,
So did a lot of us. Anyway, fantastic day today. It was a great weekend, and today is just going to be kind of day 3 of the weekend, if you will. You do have to go to work and school, though. Sorry about that. But it's beautiful out there. Temperatures are on the chilly side. We are slightly below normal right now. 40 degrees. Dew point stands at 35. So we can, in theory, drop down to 35. We're not going to get that cool, but we're going to be dropping down a couple of degrees. Also, there's a slight breeze out there, so that adds that little bite to some of these temperatures. Right now, it is 33 in Comfort, Kerrville. So in your backyard, same thing, Bulverde may be below freezing right now. 41 Castroville, 37 in Hondo. Then factor in some of that wind. It's not strong, but enough to make it feel like 30 at Hondo, 35 here in town right now. Most areas, it is light to no wind, and with those clear skies and somewhat dry air, that's what's allowing these temperatures to drop down. Great radiational cooling. Mountain cedar is on the high side, but it did come down from last week, and then mold is low throughout the rest of today. Like I said, gorgeous day. Few high wispy clouds out there. 60 at noon, 69 high temperature. So we start off slightly below normal, end up slightly above normal. And high temperature is going to be staying pretty steady throughout most all of the rest of the week. But then it's low temperature that will come up ever so slightly. And then we have some rain chances coming in here late in the week. Latest computer model data, it's looking promising for Saturday for the cattle drive. Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Hopefully on a day like this, we don't have any problems out there.
Well, Mike, yeah, I actually seen something pop up here on the northeast side. So just happened about, I would say about 5 or 10 minutes ago, looking here at 35 northbound at O'Connor Road. You see emergency lights out here. A lot of traffic still kind of getting through this area, but this is being reported as a crash there northbound at O'Connor Road. As we take a look at our maps here real quick, this is going to be affecting our traffic coming from Weidner Road all the way up to, if you are headed up to Tarpon right now. So again, northeast side, I-35 northbound at O'Connor Road, at least one main lane blocked in that area. The other thing we've been following throughout the morning is this ongoing construction that we've seen I-10 eastbound at Trainer Hales. This is going to be affecting all of our drivers that are going out to the Seguin area. So outside of the city of San Antonio, but still you can see causing a pretty good backup here, especially along FM 1518. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good for the most part. Again, that O'Connor crash just popped up on our maps a little while ago, so we'll continue to monitor that as we make our way along throughout your Monday morning. And do want to let you know that if you are headed to the northeast side, we have some new signage here. The Frost Bank Center Drive TxDOT crews installing those new signs to replace AT&T Center Parkway overnight. So if you are headed on that area, you're going to be spotting some new signs out there to the Spurs home arena. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. After a few hours at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo Barbecue Cook-Off, a woman says her car was gone. Terry Vasquez says a parking lot off I-35 was the only spot she could find. She says she paid an attendant $20 cash to park there. Vasquez says she was given a pink sticky note to put in her car, but at the end of the night, Vasquez, she and another person who had parked there had to get their cars from an impound lot.
I was just grateful that my car wasn't stolen or vandalized. It could have been a worse situation.
A KSAT called the number on the door of the business where Vasquez parked. A man whose business shares this lot says he had no idea someone was using the parking lot for profit. This morning, President Biden is responding after a drone attack killed 3 U.S. service members yesterday.
Pentagon says it is working out when and where that response could happen. And as CNN's Amy Kiley reports, Iran denies any role in the attack on the U.S. base on the Jordan-Syria border.
We lost 3 brave souls in an attack on one of our bases.
President Joe Biden says the U.S. will respond after a drone strike killed American soldiers near the Jordan-Syria border yesterday. Officials say dozens of other U.S. service members were injured, including some who required evacuations.
We need to lift up every one of those families who lost their loved ones and every one of those families whose loved ones have been injured.
This is the first time U.S. troops have died at enemy hands in the region since the war in Gaza started. Officials say militants appear to have launched the strike from Syria, but that's not the country getting the blame.
We've been attacked more than 100 times across the Middle East in recent months, and we know it's coming from Iran.
Now, some lawmakers say going after the militants involved isn't enough. They're calling for strikes against Iran itself. Some analysts worried that could result in global conflict.
You better have a smoking gun showing that they ordered this particular strike, or you're going to create a lot of international antibodies against that action.
You got to remember that Iran is connected to not only Russia, but also China and other nations.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, it is that time of year again. Tax season starts today. The Internal Revenue Service now officially accepting and processing 2023 federal income tax returns. The deadline for filing for most people is, of course, April 15th. People who miss the tax filing deadline will likely face a hefty penalty unless they ask for an extension.
The Senate is close to finishing up a bipartisan landmark immigration deal. The deal gives the Department of Homeland Security the authority to shut down the border if migrant crossings or encounters surge beyond Border Patrol's capacity. Asylum seekers would still be allowed through regular ports of entry. The bill would also speed up the processing of asylum claims, requiring cases be evaluated within 6 months. But that deal could be in jeopardy, with former President Donald Trump pressuring some lawmakers not to compromise.
JetBlue may be backing out of a deal to acquire Spirit Airlines. JetBlue says that it might reverse a $3.8 billion acquisition of Spirit after a federal judge blocked the deal. The announcement came just a week after JetBlue and Spirit said they would appeal the judge's decision. Spirit said in its own filing that it disagrees with JetBlue and believed there is, quote unquote, no basis for terminating the deal.
Time now is 5:39 and 40 degrees for now.
Up next, Congressman Tony Gonzalez and Henry Cuellar give us new insight into what's going on at the border right now and the ongoing dispute between the federal government and the state of Texas.
And let's look out there with live cam. For now, it's a cold 40 degrees, but we're looking forward to a nice little warm up like we did yesterday. So take a jacket, but you may not need it later.
Welcome back, 543. It is a story we have covered extensively, our southern border.
Border apprehensions hit record highs in December, and now there's a dispute between the state and federal government as to what to do next.
That's right. Congressman Tony Gonzalez and Henry Cuellar join us on Leading SA this weekend to give us some insight.
This weekend, we were able to speak to both Congressman Henry Cuellar and Congressman Tony Gonzalez, opposite sides of the aisle, but obviously the border a huge issue, not just because it is ongoing right now and we're waiting for bipartisan legislation, but because there's a direct impact here in San Antonio from what occurs over there. So we got perspectives from both lawmakers. Here's a bit of what each had to say.
So we do have a problem, and we got to make sure that we address this not only on the 1 yard line called the U.S.-Mexico border, but also on the 20-yard line. What do I mean by that? Getting Mexico to do more to slow down not only people coming to the U.S., stopping people coming to the U.S. border, but also the drugs that are coming into the U.S.
We are a very compassionate city, and there's a way to fix this. And the way to fix this is to surge immigration judges immediately to the border and get people's cases heard in days, not years. And if somebody doesn't qualify for asylum, which is 9 out of 10, you immediately deport them.
You can check out both interviews in their entirety right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. We have Leading SA every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Time now, 5:44 and 40 degrees for now.
We've got a group of flashing lights out there at I-35 and O'Connor here as we approach the quarter hour. RJ Marquez will have an update straight ahead. Just about 5:48.
And still problems out there at I-35 O'Connor Road. Let's check back with RJ Marquez.
Yeah, guys, we're following the latest here on a crash there for our drivers on the northeast side. Taking you outside TransGuide traffic cameras here real quick. These are the northbound lanes of 35 at O'Connor Road. You can see this is our traffic that's moving up to Topperwine, Judson Road being another exit that's in this area. But traffic is getting through this area right now. We're being told that this is at least one main lane that's blocked and the shoulder there on the far right-hand side. And according to our maps, you could see that traffic is still moving through the area. We saw the southbound traffic moving through the area as well as the northbound traffic right now, but something that we'll continue to monitor as we make our way through your Monday morning. Again, 35 northbound at O'Connor Road, at least one main lane block. Taking you out to the south side, southeast side, if you will, Loop 410 eastbound at Southton Road. Not causing any major delays right now. We have a stalled vehicle though, and this could be affecting our traffic headed up to Presa Street, which is right here, and also 37 and 410. So those are the two biggest things that we're following at the moment right now. Everything else you could see right now, a lot of green on the screen here, so that's good news here for a lot of our drivers, but we do anticipate that things will pick up here coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. So we saw that crash there, 35 northbound at O'Connor. Let's take a quick look at some other TransGuide camera shots here. Loop 410 McCullough traffic moving pretty good throughout our area there. Let's see if we get one more here. 410 Parambital, same situation there on that part of town. Guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you.
Grab a jacket this morning, and then you won't need it by this afternoon, and that's going to be the case the next couple of days as well. And beautiful weather, good moon viewing weather. It was the case over the weekend. This is a great shot there of the waning gibbous moon. Of course, it was full last Thursday. It's going to be at its third quarter on Friday. Great picture. Thank you very much for that one. And it's going to be a beautiful sunrise this morning. Got a lot of clear skies out there right now. Maybe a few high wispy or clouds or that milky shade of the sky later on, but still it's going to be gorgeous out there. Wind chill right now, 35 here in town. Same thing over there at Randolph. 30 in Hondo, and then it's just plain old cold, down to freezing right now in Kerrville, 33 Comfort, Bulverde, Bernie Stage at 34. So maybe down below freezing in your backyard out in those areas. And we'll drop down another couple of degrees here and there and then warm up nice and quickly. Plenty of sunshine, already make it up to 60 at noon today. And then we're going to top off at 69. So on the chilly side starting, on the low side of normal, and then slightly above normal by later on this afternoon, again with plenty of sunshine out there and a high wispy cloud or two. Humidity, which is low right now, is going to slowly work its way back up as we approach Friday, and this is when the rain starts to move in here late Friday into Saturday. But again, the latest computer model data is looking very promising, not only great rain chances, but getting on out of here just in time for the cattle drive on Saturday. So this is what it looks like Friday late in the afternoon, and then going into Friday evening, a few showers around the area, even a couple of thunderstorms, and that's going to be the case overnight and then into the wee hours of Saturday morning. Might even see some fairly, localized hefty downpours, a few thunderstorms around here, and this is going to be early on Saturday. And again, this is the latest computer model with this long range right here. Then that gets us out of here by just after sunrise on Saturday, and we will start to clear out and cool down ever so slightly. So here's what's going on with the upper level steering winds. Of course, we had the front move through. We've got this great northwesterly flow, which it keeps this beautiful weather around here. So that's the case today, tomorrow, as well as Wednesday. Now, we will start to see that slight increase in the humidity as we head in toward the latter part of the week. We'll see some more clouds hanging around here as well. Then we get that big low out there developing to the west of us. And what that's going to do is help to get everything, all this energy moving on in here from the south, and that's where the rain chances are going to come sliding through. But then as this thing gets closer, it's going to take that and just kind of shoot it past us. Again, as the latest model runs look like getting out of here by, say, mid the morning on Saturday, and then we'll get into a nice northwesterly flow in behind that and clear on out. So here's what it looks like right now for the first few days of the week. We're going to be in the upper 60s. With temperatures in the 40s. Not as cold, so cold in the morning, though. Jacket weather, 70 by Wednesday. More clouds around here. And then that chance of rain later in the day on Friday, overnight into early Saturday morning. But like I said, it looks promising then for the cattle drive on Saturday, with that rain getting on out of here by, say, mid to late morning, because the cattle drive, of course, starts at 11 o'clock. You can see it right here on KSAT.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
I've seen Yellowstone. It's not going to be a problem for those cattle to drive in the rain, right?
Yeah.
How about the folks that cattle are one thing.
You'll be okay too.
And it's going to be great. It's always so much fun to see just the Houston Street lined with folks down there.
Pretty cool.
And Fiona are going to be walking at the start of it right ahead of the cattle.
Okay. All right.
So if I drop something, I'm leaving it.
I was going to say, no one yell charge. 5:53, 41 degrees.
Let's look at your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3493, Fireball 8. Daily 43896, Fireball 1.
Cash 5, 6, 17, 22, 23, 33. Lotto Texas 10, 16, 18, 24, 43, 47. And Powerball 7, 38, 65, 66, 68. Powerball 21, Power Play 2.
Good Monday morning. Coming up here on GMA, the story we're all following, the deadly attack on U.S. troops in the Middle East. We're going to have the latest there. And E. Jean Carroll joining us this morning after former President Trump was ordered to pay her more than $80 million for defaming her. That and so much more on GMA.
You still have time to save someone's life. KSAT community wants to get everyone involved during National Blood Donor Month. If you want to schedule your donation, please visit donatebloodtoday.com to schedule it. Well, still ahead in the next hour of GMSA, it's been 3 months since a Northside ISD police officer shot a woman outside a football game. Why there are more questions than answers for those involved. Plus, Congressman Tony Gonzalez and Henry Cuellar giving us new insight of what's going on at the border and the ongoing dispute between the feds and the state of Texas. And up next, the primary election is almost here. Important dates you need to know if you want to vote coming up in March. And TransGuide as we go to break. Right now, traffic looks great at 281 at the Quarry, but we had our eyes on an incident at 35 and O'Connor. There's 281 at Loop 410. We have a complete update coming up with RJ and a look at your week-long forecast with Mike Osterhage. It's Monday the 29th, and you're watching GMSA.